Okay, Coach, well, it wouldn't be Florida without this. A heavy tropical rainstorm coming down just prior to kickoff here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is taken near the 13. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Ready? Flag, what do you got? Right, 45. Watch the curl, watch the curl. Let me go. Let me go.
Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Jones on the return. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's complete to Smith. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 33 yards that time.
Tell you what, partner, you get the football in his hands, just give him a little bit of open space. As we just saw, he can make you pay. And
he wasn't the top option there, but check down turned into first down and then some. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his first carry. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Now Ito Smith. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Smith. And an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
A first down carry for Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Check, 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 check. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Second and long. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Winston now. And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go, here we go. 45's the mic. Green, triple T. Record. 45. Let's go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Flushed out right. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this be who you are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Luke Stocker, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
At the 31-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Come on out here. Come get some. Let's go.
Jameis to throw it. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Winston, a handoff. This is Jones. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Falcons.
And an alley to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
Now a play fake here on first down. It's caught. Smith. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
At the 6-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. Now it's Smith running right. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. They'll try to pound it in with Hill. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
Mike, 45. Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on. Hey, check Mike, 45.
Here's 2nd and 8. Being chased out left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Devin White in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
Check 45 to Mike.
It's 3rd down and goal.
Let's go, let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
He'll drop to throw. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. So with fourth down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11. Now Jones. Big hold of the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. 15 yards is Tampa. They go play action here on first down. Airing this one out for Evans. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Watch the run, watch the run.
Now Winston. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
I know you felt that one.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
He's checking.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Dancing to his left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked there by Nick Nelson. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0 as we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete to Jones. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here, 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Let's go, D.
2nd and 1. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
It's on field. Hey, it's on now.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. The holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 Fs for a rookie quarterback.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 33-yard line.
Ready? Blue way. Hey. 5 on it. Let's go.
On second down now. It's Jones, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. From the gun, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. The first down throw for Winston. Airing this one out for Evans. And incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. Winston now from the 50. Forced out to his left. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. To throw is Winston. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Throwing, Winston. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Winston. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Jameis now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. He'll let this go for the end zone. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. He's picked off near his own 48. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Off the play fake, Winston. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Working out of the gun. Winston. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead.
I know we often laugh and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the 3rd quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics. And a 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
45 tonight, 45 tonight.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one complete to Smith. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
after that one.
Here in the third quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a fourth down play.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
45. Mike, 45.
Now back to throw. This is hauled in by Deontay Burnett. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking to throw, and able to find Graham, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Fourth down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's first and 10. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. On play action, they'll throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Levante David. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, and he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, have some blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
45's the mic. 45's the mic. Let's go.
Second and 10. He completes it to Jones. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. On first down, it's Smith. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
And his kick is good. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice Nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space, down just beyond the 35.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now a timeout coming in here defensively as they stop it before the 2-minute warning with 2:09 to go in the game. The Bucs on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Play fake. Winston. Going up top for Miller. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. As an inside linebacker, got to be a little bit more poised.
No doubt about it, because they get a little bit of flexibility, especially when they're trying to stuff a gap. You know, we get that double A gap look. This time he got too eager and got too deep into the backfield.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Trying to punch it in with Smith. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage. Back to the 4-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. He's back to throw. And that'll be hauled in by the tight end. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his first touchdown of the new season, as they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter.
Check. Check. 45 the mic.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So just over 90 seconds to play, and this would figure to be about as critical as it gets here. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here.
Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. A About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not because...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And he lost the football. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Shaquille Barrett put that sack by his name in the stat sheet. That's complete to Smith. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Oh, he's thinking end zone for Evans. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, we saw a